Shaun White did not just win contests. He changed what a half-pipe run could be. 3 Olympic gold medals marked the highest points of a long career. From Torino to Vancouver and PyeongChang, each cycle tests his control. He treats the pipe like a problem that must be solved at full speed. Risk, height, and landings need to lock in on command. This story follows how he builds that precision over time. From small mountains to global finals, the rhythm keeps tightening. Early seasons at Mammoth Mountain give him a quiet laboratory. Local contests and national series become a steady winter routine. He learns to open each run with simpler hits, then add risk as confidence grows. Flat light, wind, and rutted landings force him to protect speed when the pipe feels slow. Between features, he resets breathing and focus without wasting energy. These habits turn small stage pressure into practice for something bigger. At the Winter X Games in Aspen, the superpipe becomes his main test. Here, the walls are bigger, the lights brighter, and the runs less forgiving. Each year, he uses early practice laps to measure how much speed the pipe will give back. The first hit tells him if he can push harder or needs to hold back. Bit by bit, he moves heavier tricks into the heart of his runs, when legs are warm and timing feels sharp. Those nights in Aspen teach him how to manage nerves while still raising the bar. By the time Torino 2006 arrives, that routine is built in. On Olympic snow, he faces a new level of pressure, but the process stays the same. A cautious opener turns into stronger amplitude, then a composed finish. Clean landings carry speed into the last wall, and the run locks together. His first Olympic gold confirms that repetition and control can win the biggest stage. Skateboard vert at the Summer X Games widens his toolbox. Concrete walls and coping punish even tiny timing errors. Pump too early and the board drags. Wait too long and the trick starts late. Session after session, he learns to read transition shape with more precision and to carry speed without forcing it. That sharper sense of rhythm follows him back to snow each winter. In the lead-up to Vancouver 2010, he takes that focus into a private halfpipe in Silverton. Away from crowds, he can rehearse the Double McTwist 1260 without distraction. At first, he slows the drop-in to map how the trick exits the wall. Only after landing clean attempts does he start adding height. Rest breaks are controlled, not relaxed, so fatigue stays honest. These isolated days turn a dangerous idea into something repeatable. They lay the foundation for the risk he will take on Olympic night. The Vancouver 2010 final is the payoff for that hidden work. On competition night, the halfpipe is hard, fast, and unforgiving. He opens by proving he has the speed and height to go bigger. Once that base is set, he commits to the Double McTwist 1260 that changes training. Rotation, grab, and landing have to line up with almost no margin. When he rides away, the rest of the run feels lighter. That single choice resets what a winning Olympic run can include. 2 years later, X Games Aspen 2012 delivers another peak, a perfect 100 in superpipe. By now, he knows exactly how much risk the judges expect from him. Amplitude stays high from the first hit to the last, with no wasted pumps. Different rotations and precise grabs stack together without stumbles in the flats. It is not just one big trick. It is a complete run and a new scoring benchmark for the sport. Sochi 2014 brings a different kind of test. He pulls out of slopestyle as concerns grow about the course, choosing health over another medal chance. In halfpipe, rough walls and variable light turn each run into a gamble. He tries to protect amplitude without forcing awkward landings, but the flow never fully arrives. Fourth place on that stage stings, yet it sharpens his sense of when risk is worth taking. Around the 2013 and 2014 seasons, U.S. Grand Prix stops become quiet laboratories. These are not Olympic finals, but they matter just as much to his process. He experiments with trick order, moving heavy spins earlier or later to see where speed holds best. Qualifiers are chances to try new combinations. Finals are where he locks in the version that feels honest and repeatable. The goal shifts from simply winning each event to building a smarter path toward the next games. In October 2017, a training crash in New Zealand changes everything. A missed landing sends him into the wall, leaving deep cuts and dozens of stitches. Suddenly, the timeline to PyeongChang is under threat. Recovery starts with slow, simple laps that check balance, confidence, and vision. Sessions stay short to avoid tired mistakes at the end. Each clean run is a small win. The focus now is not perfection tomorrow, but steady progress toward the next Olympic start gate. By the time PyeongChang qualifying begins, the rebuild has turned into readiness. He drops in with something to prove, but not to chase. The first run sets a huge score and shows he can still command the pipe. Amplitude, line choice, and landings all look under control, not desperate. With a high mark already on the board, he can treat the rest of qualifying as rehearsal. The real weight now moves toward the final day. In the PyeongChang final, the pressure narrows to one last chance. A rival's strong score pushes him into second and forces a decision. Play it safe and accept silver, or risk everything on the full plan. He chooses the higher line. Run 3 carries the same structure he has drilled for months, but with no room for doubt. When the final hit lands and he rides out clean, the 97.75 confirms his 3rd Olympic gold. After PyeongChang, his focus shifts again as he explores Olympic skateboarding. Park courses demand longer runs, constant pump, and fast decisions over changing features. Those sessions test his ankles and legs in a new way, but they also refresh his sense of flow. Reading cement transitions at speed sharpens how he sees snow walls later. Even when the skate goal does not fully land, the crossover work deepens his overall timing. World Cup and Grand Prix events in 2021 mark his return to focused halfpipe seasons. Travel rules, testing, and limited training windows make every lap count more. He cannot afford long, loose sessions anymore. Trick reps are shorter and more targeted, with quick video review between runs. Instead of chasing every podium, he uses each contest to sharpen the line he wants for Beijing. Efficiency becomes as important as courage. Beijing 2022 at Genting Snow Park feels like both an ending and a test. He is older now, surrounded by riders who grew up watching his runs. The halfpipe is perfectly built, but the field has moved forward again. Run after run, he delivers clean, committed lines, pushing difficulty while trying to keep amplitude steady in the cold air. There are no major mistakes, only the fine margins of a sport he helped shape. 4th place in his final Olympic final is not the fairy tale finish some expected. Yet the way he handles it matters more. He takes in the moment, acknowledges the new generation, and makes his retirement call clear. The standard he once set has become their starting point, and that feels like the right time to step away. Retirement from competition does not mean stepping away from the pipe. Around 2022, he channels his experience into boards and outerwear, putting his name behind gear built from years of notes. Side cuts, flex patterns, and base choices are not abstract ideas to him. They come from memories of walls that felt too grabby, landings that felt slow, and boards that would not hold when speed dipped. Product meetings start to look like his old training sessions. Small changes are tested, logged, and refined instead of chasing one big gamble. At the same time, he talks more openly about the invisible side of great runs. The scariest moments were rarely about how many times he spun. They came when speed did not match the plan, when the pipe rode slower or faster than expected. Learning to read snow density, temperature, and light helped him decide whether to push or hold back. That skill, built over thousands of laps, now guides how he wants other riders to feel on his gear. The same precise mindset that once built contest runs becomes the engine for his new creative work. Across his whole arc, one pattern stands out. Shaun White treats progression as a chain of small, repeatable choices. Early Mammoth laps teach him to protect speed. X Games nights show how to manage nerves without shrinking runs. Olympic cycles prove that wild tricks only work when the base is solid. Crashes, setbacks, and 4th places refine his sense of risk instead of breaking it. In the end, his legacy is not just medals. It is a standard of precision that keeps pushing halfpipe riding forward.